teammates again in her second season here in Atlanta as Tuaninga facing her former team, certainly motivated to set up the vibe-to-vibe kill.
And notice what setter Tuaninga's doing, mixing up the side of the court, got Hannah involved, and now working member Mena off the hands, the speed and delivery. If Tuaninga is at the net, that ball's going fast off her hands.
And get ready for this wicked topspin serve from the USC Trojan as Tuaninga overpasses on one touch. Lewis wants it, she will get it, covered nicely by her Seminole teammate in Smith, as Leah Edmond has not taken many swings here early. She'll loop that one over, set up for Leck, and it was all Elena Scott back there queuing it up.
Sticking that pass off that defense, Elena Scott. Watch the shoulders coming down and then put away member Mena.
Great story with Tuaninga, whose brother was affiliated with Coach Bertolacci way back when. And then when Lauren got the job back in June, July, she said her first call was to the head of the Indy Ignite saying, I want to bring a setter with me. It was Mia Tuaninga, and it has been a match made in heaven.
Yeah, how nice that you have Josh Tuaninga so high as a name in the men's volleyball world, and then his sister doing it up, Mia Tuaninga, one of the best setters in the nation.
Left-handed touch from member Mena, handled nicely and recycled to Hannah, and our first block tonight comes via Awalea and Edmond, and it's 8-all.
You had Edmond with the strong setup. Watch the vision down on Hannah, taking away the line shot with authority.
Corey Lewis serves off the tape to member Mena. Lydia Martin dominates down the seam.
If you watch the Indy offense, when they execute it, they're hitting at different spots of the net with different attackers. This one, Martin in the middle, up the gut, one-on-one for the crossbody put away.
Martin, who led the league in kill percentage last season, hitting .336 to lead the Ignite, as member Mena shakes off that swing and a serve that goes way long. As Lecator was a member of the Vibe, reached the semifinals in the inaugural 2024 season. Got injured in that semifinal loss, though. Has battled injuries here in her pro career. As Avery Carlson, now firmly the starting setter after a touch-and-go season, has her serve evacuated after one touch. We took a look at our first Bolt 6 close call on a block that tails out.
You see Hannah adjusting her shot off of Edmond. Did not want to get blocked again on the line. Nice strong off the hands.
10-9 Indy, and Martin will serve again. Graduate of Oklahoma, started her career at Liberty as Blake Moeller. She has been so good blocking this season, third in the MLV, but her offense is igniting tonight.
And you see that center middle connection going on to Tuaninga, giving it up for that fast through the block seam before it could close.
Moeller had 7 kills, 7 blocks in January in the 4-set win over Atlanta. Here's an Edmond give and go, and DeBeer read it from the jump.
DeBeer, such a strong blocker. You're looking at the ACC Player of the Year at Louisville. One-on-one with vision, dropping that.
4-1 run, and it continues on an ace, the third of the set. Might that lead to a Banworth timeout as we take another look at Martin's ace?
Dropping it short. That's a tall extension on that serve.
Letting it roll, nearing the media break here at 13-9. Free ball, sets up Tuaninga, right side to Hannah. 3 early kills for Cameron Hannah with the block.
Cameron Hannah started her career at Clemson, finished with the national championship at Penn State. Coach Banworth knows she needs a timeout because Hannah's getting hot.
Hannah goes line, takes us to that media break here at 14-9 in set 1. You're watching Major League Volleyball on Samsung TV Plus. About a 600 hitting percentage early for the Indy Ignite. And Keely, this is a team absolutely clicking. They've won 3 straight, 8 of 10. And the serving is certainly a large part of it. 4 aces early for the Ignite as Leah Edmond gets him out of a jam. The first ball side out, 14-10.
Leah Edmond knows that she has to produce some offense, and that was a heavy load to carry on a swing out of a timeout, coming through that seam, even off the block.
Leads to an Edmond serve. Outside to De Beer, set up for Rumpelberg. And it's Edmond through the middle, and that's so deceptive.
That's a leadership right there. So you have Coach Banworth taking a timeout, reminding setter Carlson, we need to win, find number 13.
2 quick kills for Leah Edmond. Right side to Hannah. She already has 4 on 6 swings. Back to her. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
That's the matchup Indy wanted. You had Hannah down the line against Smith, the shorter blocker for Atlanta, working a strong hit off the hands down the line.
Atlanta's going to make an early sub here in set 1. Pia Timmer relieves Leah Edmond, who may not be at 1,000% because you don't often see Leah Edmond get taken out and serve receive. So they'll serve the libero in Rumpelberg. And it sets things up for the first ball side out from the right side. Aiko Jones has that big smile.
And notice she looked to the bench and gave a head nod. Yup, I know my scouted open shot. That was a test of the court type of swing by Jones.
2 early kills for Anna De Beer and Elena Scott's college teammate at Louisville. Plenty of collegiate connections here as Hannah continues from the back row. Her first big swing is a kill. The connection with Tuaninga. What makes it so good?
You see the opening of the block with Moeller pulling the slide attack. Watch the opening. It's like partying the gates, putting it down for the kill.
Another timeout called. 16-12 here in set 1.
That right now is the media. Okay. The first one was Atlanta calling. It's hard to keep track. We don't have a score. You're going a little blind without a score button.
No, they see it. Familiar face in Mia Tuaninga, 3rd in the MLV in assist percent. A look at her numbers last season with Atlanta, backing up Marley Montserrat. We talked about Tuaninga, called specifically by Coach Bertolacci, and she has certainly let her feel warranted as member Mena right through the block for an attack error. Just attack error number 2 on the match for Indy. They have been smooth so far, Keely.
I think that's another attempt we're going to see. Back to member Mena, matched up against setter Avery Carlson for Vibe.
Strong serve from Aiko. Give and go with member Mena, who was leading the league in all stats before her injury last season. As Taylor Head straight through the block. Back-to-back attack errors lead to back-to-back side outs, and it's 17-13 while Indy back-to-back sweeps against San Diego and Dallas, and they will head to Columbus for a Friday night matchup on YouTube. Slide for Lewis. Not much is slowing down the Ignite. Member Mena at 5'8", skies for the block alongside Martin.
Has the elevation to get up and hang with any hitter. That was perfect timing going up against Lewis on the block.
Two early blocks for the Ignite. Here's a first ball look to Smith. She'll cover her own block. Set things up back row for Aiko Jones. That's called taking advantage of a middle in the back row.
Perfect timing, recognizing Elena Scott, the libero, was out in the offense. A good finesse shot right in front of Moeller.
Timmer subs out. In comes Leah Edmond. Front row opportunity for the former MVP of the league. Two-time first-team All-League Edmond as the offensive front row lets it fly on that first ball swing wide. So Indy's compiled a few unforced errors here, and it's a three-point set.
That was the right idea. I think the middle Martin will be used as a decoy, and they go right out to member Mena.
Smith, near overpass by De Beer. Saved nicely. Tuaninga has been superb. Helps out on the block touch to the right side. Back row, Aiko Jones, watch out below.
Aiko Jones is lighting it up. I think there's a comfort level when you look across the net. You have two former teammates on the other side from college. Aiko Jones showing it up down that line.
4 kills on 5 swings for Jones, and the Vibe are looking to make a run midway through the first set. Hannah says, I've got some of that. A back row attack eats up Jones.
Hannah entered her game in that elevation, transferring from Clemson, going to Penn State, winning the national championship. There's only going up from Hannah.
A 7-kill set for Hannah, and still some room to work as Tuaninga's serve tails long, and it's 19-17. As we talk to Coach Bertolacci, she says she has a unique approach. She wants everyone to take the big swing, the big serve. She said not every player and coach is used to hearing it.
Yeah, there's only an A plan. There's no B plan or C plan. There's aggressive swings expected from Coach Bertolacci, and that's what Martin just responded on. Tuaninga feeling it. All that risk-taking is required, and loving those offensive hits.
And as a setter, are you enjoying the fast offense that Tuaninga runs?
What I love is Coach Bertolacci encouraging that fast type of offense. You don't see setter Tuaninga looking over one time at her coaching staff. If the green light says risk everything, go for it.
Meanwhile, Taylor Smith with an all-world dig. Off an overpass swing as De Beer cleans it up nevertheless. And when you're scrambling, it's always tough to get back in a point.
And when you know you have to take your swing and hit a kill, Atlanta Vibe knows they have to put it on, because that offense, what you saw in that De Beer swing, it's just hard to stop.
Member Mena. Jump serve down the line, forces the overpass, terminated. Hannah and Martin communicated well to give Cameron her 8th kill, leading to Atlanta's 2nd time out here in set 1 as the Vibe pulled within 2. The Ignite went on a 3-0 run. It's 22-17 as we set the stage again here in Gas South Arena. Keely Eveland, Daniel Gilman, so glad that you're with us here on Samsung TV Plus and YouTube. And if you're a Vibe fan, there's no reason to worry. This is almost exactly where they were last season, 5-5 through 10 matches. Where do you see the turning point start for a team that has been perennially dominant?
I think with Aiko Jones getting her offensive going on the right side is very hopeful. As you stabilize your setter with going with Avery Carlson throughout the season, Atlanta Vibes, the middle connections improving. Awalea will need to get involved in the offense to take some pressure out of the outside attack. But overall, I like the elevation that Aiko Jones is stepping up in her offense.
(22-17). 4 in the back row. Atlanta looks to shake things up, and maybe does that get in the head of a server when you see that?
Aiko Jones stepped in on that serve receive like, oh, we are getting this ball up. And maybe that shook a little bit off that timeout.
So Avery Carlson, who has earned the starting setter position, took over full-time at Omaha on January 16th as she serves to Scott. Everything was out of formation there for Indy, and Atlanta takes advantage with the block by Edmond.
Awalea, middle blocker, stayed home, and then Edmond with the help to save that one last-minute jump to close the seam by both blockers.
Good call on a ball just long. Let's take a look on our Bolt 6 close call. MLV replay system as Atlanta looks for a quick side out. They'll get it via the former MVP in Edmond. Looking to keep pace, down by 3, but running out of time, Keely.
Daniel, a little deja vu before Edmond goes back to serve, comes up with the kill. In this matchup, Hannah's been the hot hand for the attempt.
Back row, Lekator, Member, Mena. Not many more explosive at that size.
Now that is some good offense right there. You have a shifted back row set. Tuaninga pointing to everybody, says, yes, this is how you run an offense, getting all hitters involved.
Now a serving sub as the former Longhorn national champion Emma Halter in to serve for Cameron Hanna. 4 set points for Indy as Aiko saves one on a net touch. Off the swing from the right side, her 5th kill.
This is really good. You got 5 kills, Aiko Jones on the right side for Atlanta Vibe. Fought her time back in the starting role and has not questioned her game.
Her 5 kills, trying to keep them in it. Ava Martin, another rookie, serving here for Atlanta. On a give and go with DeBeer, the sharp angle is in. No, a net call ends the set as Indy continues their dominance. They have now won 7 consecutive sets here on this latest run and take the first 25-21. We are headed to break. An 8-kill set for Cameron Hanna gives Indy a 1-0 lead. The MLV.
Caleb Anworth's team silencing the skeptics.
We have had a phenomenal team as we look to bring home a championship in season 3.
We're continuing to get better, and I'm really excited because we haven't played our best volleyball yet.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the Vibe and get tickets now.
Back here in Atlanta, let's take a look at the last meeting, the only one this season between these two teams. And Keely, a 4-set win for Indy. A lot has changed, though. Noah Johnny-Teeler tonight. Ellie McKissick was the libero for Atlanta in that one. But one thing is consistent. You know Leah Edmonds going to get her kills.
And just think about it. So today, Indy's missing a Johnny-Teeler. But the sub, the back player, Cameron Hanna, came out with 8 kills in that first set. So that's the depth you're seeing with Ignite. They can go deep into the bench, and the unity stays on the court. So much team fight and effort representing that top-ranked team against MLV.
I imagine you can count on one hand how many MLV athletes have had 8 kills in the first set this season.
It's pretty impressive.
They'll switch sides. Lecator member Mena will serve here in set 2. Indy is firing. They have won back-to-back matches in 3 sets. 3 straight wins for the 3rd time this season. As Tuaninga sets up De Beer, but the block is formed. Corey Lewis secures the wall.
Corey Lewis knows the blocking liability is over with Carlson. That's where teamers want to attack. Helps hard in that seam as you see that jump into her right.
Deep serve from Smith. Right side, Cameron Hanna. She had 8 kills in that set, but does not start the second the same way. Instead, it'll flip around. Leah Edmonds, who had a quiet first set. She was removed for a minute on serve receive, but still had 3 kills. That's her 4th.
That was a transition pass to attack right there. So you had Leah Edmond off the hands, a little off speed. Setter Avery Carlson likes to keep that offense low even when the ball's off the net.
Little deke decision over Martin to De Beer. Right back, Edmond off the hands. Scott is there as Martin in transition is so quick with the trigger.
And you can hear Martin in transition asking for the ball. We have headsets on, and you see Martin turning, asking for it, and Tuaninga trusting middle blocker was there.
Lydia Martin, who is the MLV Player of the Week, January 20th, had 11 blocks at Columbus, which is a league high. Nearly picked that one off on the right-handed punch by Martin. But again, Aiko Jones, Leah Edmond, it feels like those are the 2 that are going to make the smoothie work here in this peach-colored outfit tonight for Atlanta.
Aiko Jones is definitely coming to play today. Needing that offense, he's responding.
You know, I was talking to the Craig family who own the Vibe team. They said this is the Peach State uniform. It's the color of the peach as it ripens from purple to red to orange, hoping that it can lead to a successful start to the night. But set 1 did not go Atlanta's way, and here off of the first ball side out, the Vibes lead is trimmed to 1 as Cameron Hanna back to serve. She had 2 aces in the first set. This will be out of system, and a free ball comes from Jones. Awkward look as Moeller gets too tight to the net on that slide attempt. Atlanta stretches it back to a 2-point lead.
Leah Edmond taking that one tight and solo, recognizing that tight set, making sure everybody's okay, especially that elevation.
6 points now for Edmond with 2 blocks. As Avery Carlson, SMU graduate here, is a first-round draft pick. Out to Jones. This just goes wide, and Aiko commits her first attack error as early moments here in set 2 have us 4-3.
One thing you're watching for Atlanta Vibe, are they setting more players than just Aiko Jones and Leah Edmond throughout serve and receive? If not, it's going to make the block for Indy easy to set up.
Bumped out to Edmond. Works as a recycle right back to Leah. Tuaninga. How about that? Cheeky from Leck. This time it's Moeller. What a play. Head. Turned Smith, I should call her. And the lengthy rally won by Awalea on the solo rejection.
Coach Banworth says, yes, we know Mia Tuaninga likes to send it over in 2. That's one shot we do not want to get beat on. Awalea read it all day, jumping in on the right.
That's a great call, Keely. We asked Coach Banworth, what's one thing that you feel like you know about your former setter? She said she loves a cheeky lefty dump. And Awalea was there for it, subbing in for the injured Raven Colvin. This time it's out to Smith, and she will turn defense to offense. Taylor Smith coming off a career-high night.
Smith, an All-American at Arkansas, using her grad year at Florida State. One thing about Smith, the ball control's there. You keep her low, she has vision to hit around that block.
Edmond, the Lexington, Kentucky native, 3rd in the league in kills per set. She is dangerous from the back row, but for the meantime, They have limited that attack, and instead it was set up for Jones and blocked by Lekator member Mena.
Watch the setup and the close by Moeller. That's a wall straight up in front of Aiko Jones as she tries to go line. That's a sweet block, member Mena.
Keely, what does that say for the 5'7", 5'8", 5'9" young volleyball players out there that feel like they can't quite be tall enough?
You know, if you don't have height, you make it up in your jump, and remember, Mena hangs with the tallest attackers in the gym because of her jump ability.
Short serve from Moeller, quick trigger from Awalea, and a free ball comes lofting by. Out to Smith, covered by Edward, and then Smith blocked by Martin after the Edmond play. Lydia Martin says not today.
That's what Coach Bertolacci talks about. You stay disciplined in the scramble plays. First block attempt, always ready. Martin taking it over with that block.
And it feels like all season long it's been a Herculean effort from Edmond, but it has not been enough in so many matches as Atlanta sits 5th, just on the outside looking into the playoff picture. Member Mena through a triple block, pancaked up by Rumpelberg. In system, out to Hannah. Oh my goodness, popped over and just wide as the Belgian libero nearly helped out with her face there.
You had 4 attackers. Watch the swarming of the attackers as they came toward Tuaninga. And great line shot off the shoulder. Indy looking like that top-ranked team that they are.
They have even this set at 6-all after taking the first handedly. Moeller again. Short lollipop serve. Should be handled easily on a first ball side out, but it's a terrific dig on the Awalea swing. However, recycled to the right where Aiko Jones is there for her team-leading 7th kill.
Fantastic job by setter Avery Carlson to get the middle Awalea involved in the offense. That caused a slower block close by Martin and a good look for Aiko Jones.
Aiko with 9 kills Thursday here at home against Columbus. Had 6 kills against Indy last month. Out to Hannah. Atlanta helped out by that net cord. Jones beautifully pinballed around. Martin was there to help. Free ball comes, Edmond delivers. This is saved as well. DeBeer and Scott collect. However, it's Lewis to get this place on their feet here at 7-8-6.
And that is the rally of the match, sponsored by Rally Volleyball. Coming through, holding on strong for the put away, Corey Lewis.
Good to see Lewis get her rhythm back. She was first in the league in efficiency last season. Has had a slow start to the year, now with 2 kills. Member Mena, covered by Hannah, right back out to Lekator. She's blocked. The triple block is there, and the celly to boot by Jones.
Well, there you go. This is the celebration and the energy, the vibe need to hang strong. Good team effort. No, and member Mena was getting that ball.
And a second set to forget on Thursday for Atlanta. This has been a second set to remember thus far. Awkward service there from Awalea, keeping the defense guessing. Blocked on the Martin swing, overpassed, and put away. The triple block adjustment by Banworth has paid dividends as they were all there for the put away.
Anything slightly off, you see the release. You got 3 up, off the hands, good scramble play, vibe, feeling hot.
And do you commit 3 when you just know it's going to keep going to the right side?
Once you identify it, if you have a good front row left side block that can see it and come over, you say, why not?
And in that case, it was to the left side where the triple block had committed. As the wheels are coming off now for Indy, an attack error from the right side has Atlanta up 11-6 here in set 2.
You have setter dumping ready, and also the middle attack by Martin's been quiet so far.
In system, DeBeer. That ends the rally, and there is still plenty of time if you're an Indy fan as they pull within 4 here in set 2.
So good news for Indy. That last point right there, you have Mia Tuaninga going back to serve. That means Cameron Hannah is back in the front row for that offense.
Anna DeBeer with her third kill. Strong serve from the setter to Aninga. And then a beautiful dig on that swing from Edmond as Scott runs towards the couches here at Gas South. Carlson elects to head right back to the hot hand. Aiko with 8 kills, and the Vibe have won almost all of these long rallies, Keely.
There we go. It started with that huge long rally won by Atlanta Vibe. Got some confidence going. Now you see Aiko Jones ripping a ball down the line.
So Jones, the Jamaican, first Jamaican-born MLV athlete, serves down the line, forces an out-of-system ball, but member Mena demolishes right on that white line.
This is the plan A that you see Coach Bertolacci encourage with their players, and that's the type of player member Mena is. Go with plan A. I'm going to rip it, try to stop me.
We'll see a ripped serve here. Smith, who has been the best serve receiver on the team. That one close to a lift on Hannah, and then it will hit the antenna, and a net violation will give Atlanta the point anyways, but Vibe fans, coaches, players all frustrated with the lack of a lift.
You see Leah Edmond went over trying to argue that call, but Atlanta Vibe happy to get the point.
Smith has been active. That is a hammer dropped by Martin.
Daniel, you felt it was quiet, but you knew it was coming. You have Martin with power, crossbody swing right at the feet of Aiko Jones.
Lydia, 4 kills on 7 swings. Acrobatic touch there from Carlson. She'll scramble to get back on D and not do so as DeBeer terminates off the block, and it's 13-10.
First team All-American DeBeer, so strong about going off the hands, the jump and elevation. She has time to look at the block, power to hit around.
Ignite looking for a service run. Edmond has eyes on a side out. Instead, it's handled by member Mena. DeBeer right into the waiting grasp of head. Ooh, out of system. Awkward set. Doesn't matter for Jones.
That's a very hard ball to hit. So an out-of-system ball coming over your shoulder and still able to hit a line shot. Aiko Jones, that was impressive.
Meanwhile, Taylor Smith leading all players with 5 digs. Living up to that hype. Promoted by Coach Banworth as a tight set to Moeller. I don't think anyone thought that could get hit over on 3.
You had setter to Aninga going about 13 feet off and still forcing her middle back. That's some risk-taking offense. I love to see it.
Next year, we are petitioning for a Keeley camp because these setters have my partner here exploding out of her chair on some of these touches.
These are 2 of my favorite setters in the league.
Strong serve by Hannah. Terrific pass, and Edmond right over Hannah.
And you got ACC Setter of the Year from SMU delivering that beauty. Avery Carlson to Leah Edmond, put away 1-on-1.
Atlanta gets to 15 first. We're going to keep their distance and even this into the intermission. Side spinning serve from Carlson. Back set to Hannah, and she'll sneak that in front and down on a kill from the back row.
I absolutely love this play for the Ignite. Running Moeller on a slide attack, it opens the block for the inside back row swing from Hannah.
That's a new season high for Cameron with 10 kills. DeBeer serving down by 3. A lot of movement for the Vibe, and it'll work as Edmond sneaks behind the 2 maneuvers, slaps it from the left side, and takes us into break. 16-12, we take a look at a beautifully designed play by the Vibe to beat the block of Tuaninga. We'll step away. Second set of action here in Gas South Arena as Indy took the first set. Atlanta has had the lead for this entire second set, but plenty of time to see what happens here as Indy took first place with authority over Dallas on Thursday, and it was announced just a few days ago that the championship match for $1 million will be played in Frisco, Texas, second weekend of May. We've got all-star voting that started yesterday in the all-star game in Orlando. Plenty of action underway here in the MLV season as Anna DeBeer hits the line. What a shot that was, and she had the confidence.
The snap and precision you're seeing from Anna DeBeer just made her that ACC Player of the Year, first team All-American on the line.
DeBeer, 60 sets last season, made her debut as a serving sub against Atlanta. A lot of Atlanta tie-ins for this Indy team, as this is pinballed over on 3 by the Vibe. Right side, Hannah explodes down the seam for her 11th kill.
That, Daniel, was an open net swing for Cameron Hannah. I would say I would put my money on Hannah coming up with the kill. The blocker, Smith, took the first jump, Hannah with the put away.
Swing from the middle, sent long, and just like that, the Ignite are down 1.
That's the risk taking you have to do. So I don't think Alawalea was actually expecting that attempt on that delay. It was a good shot.
Right back to Awalea. That's what a good setter does, doesn't she? Member Mena gets this tied at 16 as the Ignite go on a 4-1 run. Time out. Coming out of that break, we're gonna stay right here. Walk me through what Member Mena's able to do with that size.
You have the size that almost doesn't matter with Member Mena because she's got the power and the jump ability. You look at players that are growing up in the game, and I wouldn't so much recognize her height as much as the jumping that makes up for it. The level of volleyball, it starts with the net, and then how high can you play beyond that? You come through with power. You have a Member Mena just doing it at all levels and passes dimes like she could be a libero.
Keely, we have a challenge on a net violation. So Bree Spain, our R1, will confer, help make a decision on our first challenge of the night. Let's take a look.
So you're looking to see if Martin, with her arms coming forward, so the middle blocker for Indy, touched it on her way down. So watch the movement of the net, recognizing the ball did clear the top of the net, so any motion would have been caused by the block.
Challenge successful for Atlanta, and they start the night 1-1. 1-for-1, I should say, and keep the lead. So instead of 16 all, it's 17-15 Vibe. Now Aleo will serve. There's a look at the net touch. I don't believe it can be your hair, can it?
No, it was the
bottom.
hand. Bottom of her hand is coming down off that block by Martin.
Lewis in the front row for Atlanta. Keep an eye on her. Member Mena says, I could do it this way. No net needed, and it's 17-16.
And you add on the skills with Member Mena. She's got the placement, so not power and placement. Vision to see what she needs to take, and the placement to put it there.
5 kills now for Lecator Member Mena, who has 8 double-digit kill matches out of 11 this season. Beautiful pass by Smith. Jones right into her teammate from college, and DeBeer sets up Martin. Now we're tied, 17 all.
Martin was used as a decoy early in the set, and now she's the go-to player. Mia Tuaninga get in the middle involved.
We've got a race to 8 in an important second set. Smith Soft touch, over on one by De Beer. Jones over the block, cheeky, and the tongue is out to celebrate.
That almost never happens. You got Elena Scott sitting in left back and then not picking up a tip shot, but that's the respect because she was sitting down the line for Aiko Jones on the swing.
11 points for Aiko, hitting .502 with 10 kills. De Beer rejected by the tape, and the Vibe lead by 2.
This is a got-to-go moment. You have the two shorter blockers in the front row for a Vibe. Cameron Hanna for Ignite back in the front row. I say use the middle Martin as a decoy, get your pins back involved.
Over on one, an opportunity for the hosts. And it's Lewis, pancaked by Tuaninga. Back row, Edmond, she was tight to that 3-meter line, and she went over it. It is a back row violation, and you know what? We are right on that line. I will pat myself on the back for noticing. 19-18.
You are right. So you're allowed to land in front of it, but to attack a ball, no part of your feet can touch that 3-meter white line on this court.
Often called the 10-foot line or the 3-meter line. Member Mena serving, down 19-18 here in a pivotal second set. Ooh, that tape has been unfriendly here in the last few points for the Ignite, and it's 2018.
Good news for Atlanta Vibe. Leah Edmonds back in the front row. Pia Timmer, one of the strongest servers for Atlanta Vibe, coming in as the sub for Taylor Smith.
Timmer, the German 6'2" outside, has been coming off the bench in 3 of the last 4 after starting for most of the first month. De Beer handled by Timmer. Back row to Jones. What a ball from Tuaninga, but it's a bit of a free opportunity here for Timmer. Right back to De Beer. Mastercraft to curve it into the corner. It's 2019.
Everybody knew that ball was going outside, and De Beer kept your body looking like it was going cross court, turned it last second line for the kill.
Anna De Beer helping out. 6 kills, second to Hannah's 11. Here's Lewis on the slide. That was read well, but it'll tail out of bounds. Corey Lewis with a slow start now has 2 kills, and Atlanta 4 points from the set.
Last year with Lewis, we saw a lot more power in the swing attack. It seems like she's still getting into her rhythm, but that's a player Atlanta Vibe needs to come up with some kills.
I'll tell you what, the last time that you and I called one of these matches, Lewis got blocked in the season finale to lose to Omaha. Felt like it's never quite been the same. Tough postseason, tough start to the season, but I'll tell you what, plenty of time for Atlanta to get their groove back, as an ace from Ava Martin has her celebrating her first career ace, and a timeout from Indy at 22-19.
Coach Banworth digging deep into her bench, going to different players, trying to pull off even a set win against this amazing team with Indy Ignite.
So you talk about amazing, right? Indy started the season winning 3 straight. Then they lost a match. Then they won 3 straight again. Then they lost a match. Now they're in another 3-match winning streak. What is it about that flow that does not allow this team to go on a losing skid?
I think it's not only the players that are currently on this team. We've seen them in college, such competitors. And then you have a coaching staff that encourages that high risk-taking type of play. Don't look over at the coaching staff, because nobody's mad at you if you take those hard reps.
Right side, Hannah, she's been quiet this set after 8 kills in the first. Atlanta may have gotten away with that one. Oh, it'll be 4 touches. I was waiting for the call. The Vibe are gonna claim that Carlson's first touch was a block touch. And now a conversation between Leah Edmond and Bree Spain, our R1. This is important here, Keely.
The Atlanta Vibe saying the first contact was considered a block.
They're gonna take a look.
So
and a yellow card has been issued to the bench.
And the first contact was missed in this replay. It would have been at the net.
Yeah, Avery Carlson did get a block, but it seemed like she might have touched it again. I figured it was going to be 4 touches, and I don't think we're going to see an overturn. Emma Halter comes in to serve. Halter, who served out the first set, trying to get the Ignite back within 1 here at 22-20.
In this last rotation, the set went out to Edmond, and Edmond went into the hands of Tuaninga, not trying to avoid the arms in this last serve receive pattern.
A lull. Which team does this give an advantage to have a moment to think and breathe? Server or serve receive?
Serve receive, even though Halter is coming in off the bench. So she's already cold, but that mentality she has, knows how to rip it.
Emma Halter from Indianapolis, playing for her hometown team. Serves a dart, forces an overpass. Moeller off balance, gets help from the tape, and it's a 1-point set.
This is a huge got-to-go moment if you're Atlanta Vibe. Halter's on a run. That ricochet off the block and then miss by Romperberg.
A timeout called by Atlanta, up by 1.
All Atlanta needs right now is a pass. So you get a pass, and I would set Leah Edmond to the outside. She exposed the hands of Tuaninga. When you hit low into the arms of Tuaninga, that ball went down for a block, but high into the hands, avoid any type of defense to play. I think that's your shot for Atlanta Vibe if you can get this pass.
(22-21). Emma Halter to serve. Indy leads 1-0. Carlson sets up Edmond, but Lekator is there. Outside De Beer, right down the line, and it is tied. Indy continues to battle despite dropping down multiple times in this set.
You see De Beer doing what she does best. Her body physically going like it's going cross court, last second turning line. That's 2 in a row for De Beer.
Great first touch by Smith. Right back to Edmond. They have had her number. Oh, this is awkwardly set, and a free ball comes. Moeller tries to scramble. Leah Edmond takes advantage right over the top of the defense, and it's 23-22.
That, my friends, is having a go-to player on the court. There's no delay. Rookie setter Carlson knows where to go is to Edmond.
In system, it's been De Beer. Halter covers. Right back to the second year outside, who swipes it by Carlson. Free ball has to come from Jones, 23-22. Back row. Beautifully handled by Carlson on that first touch. Slide, Moeller wide, no touch. And we'll have 2 set points here for the Vibe.
A transition miss is rare with this offense for Indy. Tuaninga just set it a little wide for that one-footed attack behind the setter. Atlanta Vibe knows it's just 1 more point, Leah Edmond.
Timeout by Indy, their second and final of this set. We have seen maybe a little bit too much of the same here from Indy. Do you think they shake it up or go back to De Beer?
Well, it's hard because Aiko Jones is now in front of De Beer. We saw Avery Carlson, the setter forward Vibe, match with that matchup, so De Beer really worked it. The slide attack, of course, you get involved, but if Member Mena, who's now out of that serve receive pattern, pulling back, a back row option could be good as well.
There's Aiko Jones, who leads the way with 10 kills, 2 blocks. Cameron Hanna on the right side has 11 kills. Member Mena in the back row as Avery Carlson serves. Fans rise here on set point. It's De Beer. cross court, and Atlanta has had trouble in the libero position here tonight. Rumpelberg cannot keep up.
And notice De Beer was like, I'm not taking that ball line. I've seen Iko Jones in the Louisville gym year after year taking my block down the line. So the matchup is still Leah Edmond with Tuaninga. If you get a pass, you got to go outside.
The Vibe need a side out to tie this match. De Beer, handled by Smith. It's Edmond. Somehow kept alive from De Beer and Smith. It's Scott setting up member Mena. She has to tip. A chance for Carlson. Out to Jones. Iko Jones ties this match. And a classic second set, Keeley.
A transition kill tight at the net. Mixing it up is setter Carlson. Iko Jones putting that team on her back for that put-away kill.
Hold on, we may have a challenge. I believe Bertolacci is going to ask if Carlson stepped over the middle line. And we will have a confirmed challenge here to keep this set going. Looking for technically a net violation, but more so a crossing the underplane. We'll see if we can get our first look here.
In Major League Volleyball, no part of your feet can come over. That's a great usage of challenge card as we see Carlson coming over with her whole foot.
Avery Carlson just looked over here and asked if she was guilty.
It was a pretty athletic move, though.
For her to set that up. Now, the reason is for safety, right? You don't want to avoid having someone's foot get tangled. Oh, they're going to give Atlanta the point.
Saying that did not interfere with the play. Carlson clearly over, keeping her heel on that center line.
And so that's how the second set comes to a close. We head into intermission. Oh, folks, this could be a fun one. Indy takes the first. Atlanta takes the second in dramatic fashion as we will take a break, catch some highlights and stats, and head to the third set. Buckle in. This may be a long, fun night.
Yeah.
What's our vibe? It's explosive. It's powerful. It's fun. Every serve hits hard. Every block hits harder. This is Atlanta's pro volleyball team. All ATL. All vibe. The energy is unmatched. Come see what the hype is about. Catch the vibe and get tickets now at atlantavibe.com.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Back throw attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Tuaninga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow. PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
Welcome back into Gas South Arena. You're watching MLV on Samsung TV Plus alongside Keely Eveland. I'm Daniel Gilman. Tied at 1 here in this intense Saturday night match between Indy and Atlanta. But starting yesterday, Keely, you can vote for your favorite Major League Volleyball players to get elected into Orlando's All-Star Game. Go ahead and head to provolleyball.com/vote. And I'll tell you what, I think we're seeing a lot of All-Stars here tonight.
I'm like, who do I vote for right now? You have setter Mia Tuaninga lighten it up, probably will make her way. But yes, the All-Star match will be in Orlando.
CBS Sports Network will have the coverage. 24 of your favorite players, 12 per team. Last season's All-Star match in Indy was such a success that I cannot wait to watch this one in Orlando. We're gonna step away and get ready to break down those first two exhilarating sets. 25-21 in the first in favor of the visitors, Indy. And then how about that tight 2-point set just ending a few moments ago, as we will go ahead and step away. Say goodbye. Last time you'll be seeing Keely and I until the post-match interview. We cannot wait to continue bringing you this coverage here on YouTube and Samsung TV Plus.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the vibe and get tickets now.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Vibe Nation was ecstatic at the end of that second set as this Gas South Arena exploded on that pivotal kill as we welcome you right back here inside Gas South. Did you miss us? We had such an outpouring of text the minute that I said that they weren't going to see you again, Keely, that we had to go ahead. Tanner Phipps, our tremendous producer, director, said we're going to throw you right back on camera. Had to show Keely one more time. 7 blocks in those 2 sets from Atlanta. A team that has struggled to block this season. What were they doing so well adding into that triple block?
It started with the service game. So Indy got a little more out of system. Atlanta Vibes block could commit. And you saw a lot more triple blocks in that last set. I think the blocking game stepped up, and then overall offensively and energy, Atlanta Vibe came to play in that second set.
Cameron Hanna was unbelievable in that first set. 8 kills as we then saw the second set lower a bit. But what did you see from her in that opening set?
You said the go-to player became Hanna in that first set, and I thought in the second, you saw setter Mia Tuaninga leave Hanna a little more like a decoy, work other players in the offense. I think you'll see a lot more getting going in this third set with Hanna on that right side, because to balance the court, you're going to need that offense with Hanna.
11 kills in those 2 sets for Hanna. 11 for Aiko Jones, who just started coming alive as the second set rolled along.
It's pretty fun watching Aiko Jones step up in this match. That competitive spirit, looking across the net with Indy, with 2 of her teammates in the starting lineup, coming to play Aiko Jones, and knows that she has to be a blocking presence with this fast offense. Love to see her game take off. She's going to need a complete game, 2 more sets to pull off an upset against Indy.
And then late in the second, we saw Indy go on a run. They evened it at 22-all, and it was Anna DeBeer who got set after set after set. What do you think moving into the remainder of this match we see from her?
The deception you see with DeBeer. She'll look like she's going one way, rips in another. She definitely will need to get that going. I think the passing game overall for Indy can improve just to create a little more separation in the block by the time DeBeer can go up and take her rip.
And then we talk about the middles as we go ahead and take a glance at the season as a whole. Atlanta will surely need a little bit more from the middle production to try to creep up those rankings, but just a few points behind Orlando.
So the top 4 go to the championship to win that $1 million prize. Atlanta does not want to go any further down as they try to creep into the top 4, because if you're there at the championship, it is anybody's match.
Indy, on the other hand, have a little bit of comfort above Dallas, and we saw how dominant they were in the first set. Is it tough to go into a third set on the road? Are you starting to feel a little bit of the fatigue on a meaty road trip?
This is where you feel the presence of what Ajani Teeler provides in that leadership role on the right side. Your kill leader's out with an injury. You have Kara Cressy also out in that middle attack. You watch Tuaninga get more players back involved in the offense. We're starting with Hanna on the right side.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's schedule as the MLV weekend ignites a little more. On Victory at 3 o'clock Eastern, Dallas looks to continue the reign atop that top 2 spot. And then on CBS Sports Network at 4 o'clock Eastern, there should be a terrific duel between Orlando and Columbus. And the triple header rounds out on Vice TV as Omaha and San Diego wrap up the weekend out west as our third set is ready to start here from Gas South Arena. If you had a prediction in terms of adjustments, where are you thinking, first off, for Atlanta, what adjustments would you make?
Offensively, I think you're doing a much better job working the antenna to antenna, but if you're Avery Carlson, you have to get the middle back involved. If you're going to win this entire match, middle offense is key. Get something involved to hold the block enough to create the seam later on. For Indy, I honestly think if you get your pass back and you see Mia Tuaninga at the net running an offense, you're going to be hard to stop on all cylinders.
Taylor Smith serves to start this third set. Hanna, right where she left off in the first set. Maybe she likes facing one direction as she gets Indy off to an early start.
That's definitely communicated between sets 2 and 3 from a coaching staff to a setter. Hey, let's work the right side a little more with the set.
Tuaninga eases up a bit on that massive topspin serve, and it sets up Corey Lewis. There's part of that middle attack for Atlanta.
Exactly. You have enough time to look at stats between sets 2 and 3 and then run a different strategy coming out in set 4. Atlanta goes right to that middle first attempt.
Atlanta got off to an early lead in set 2 after Indy went wire to wire in set 1. Carlson, Edmonds, and she'll find the seam as Leah Edmonds, I would not be surprised if she heats up. She has 8 kills.
Leah Edmonds hung with that elevation, worked the hands, that ricochet off, that caused a little movement for the late move on defense.
Edmond, who has all but one match this season in double figures in the kill category. She is 2 away as an ace rolls over from Corey Lewis, her 6th of the season.
Okay, Corey Lewis coming out in the 3rd set, first with a kill, then coming through with an ace for her team.
And now a shank pass and an ace ×2 for Lewis. How about 3 early points in this set for the second-year middle?
Daniel, we will never find out this answer, but you almost wonder between sets 2 and 3 if Coach Banworth looked at Corey Lewis and is like, we need you to step up, and look how she's coming out in this 3rd set.
Now the Rookie of the Year Rising Star Award recipient a season ago for Lewis. She's averaging just a kill per set. See if she can add up and tally in a big 3rd. As member Mena sends that one into the couches, and it's 4-2.
And if you're watching this match, you're going to see if setter Tuaninga is at the net running an offense, the block is late, and the hit is one-on-one as you see that put away.
Lekator. How about after 4 aces in that first set, Indy was not able to register one in the second. But I'll tell you what, both middles have taken a rest in intermission, and they've come out firing in the 3rd. Lydia Martin has the kill.
This is a little deja vu. Martin getting involved in the offense early. What we saw in that first set help the lead was Martin's kills.
Out to Edmonds, has to tip. They're going to call a net violation on Atlanta offensively there, and we are all square after a 4-1 lead for the Vibe. It has evaporated. Remember, Mena's serve continues with Martin, DeBeer, and Hannah at the line, at the net, I should say. Carlson to the right side where Aiko Jones beats Elena Scott, and as good as Elena Scott's been this season, feels like she's been a step behind here tonight because Atlanta has had her number.
I mean, I wonder if Coach Meskey's smiling at Louisville, Coach DBK now at Nebraska. You had down the line all Louisville. The kill,
Yep.
the block, the dig.
Both Jones, Scott, DeBeer, all coached by Danny Busboom Kelly, who now leads the way in Lincoln, as Lydia Martin has 2 early kills in the set, and we are tied at 5.
Between the sets, you communicate new strategy. Get Martin involved in the offense. Yeah, there you go. Second put away.
Cross-court look on the serve from Martin. They'll go right after her, and Awalea. That's 5 middle kills out of the first 11 points in this set with 2 aces from Lewis.
That's what Coach Banworth knows. To win an entire match against an Indy defense, you have to get middle attacks involved.
Feeling each other out after that 5-minute break. Edmond into the net. We're tied at 6 as Cameron Hanna goes back to serve. Tuaninga, who has not picked up a kill yet, is in the front row. She had one blocked as this fireball serve is handled by Rumpelberg. This is an overpass, handled though on the touch. That was Awalea. Another cover, but this one's an overpass. Moeller cannot have it kept up. Oh no, Edmond and Aiko connected, and Leah Edmond a little slow to get up. Let's take another look. Ooh.
It looked like a back of the elbow into the head of Edmond.
Face of the franchise on a knee. Blake Moeller happy with her termination. Moeller won't be happy that the cameraman went right to her there. I doubt she knows that Edmond was injured, but Leah is up and not even thinking about taking a breather. Not many tougher athletes in this league. And as you mentioned, especially knowing Atlanta in a bit of a must-win tonight.
Yeah, and as a competitor, watch Hannah try to work Edmond.
No doubt. It's Smith, handled by member Mena. Alea swoops through. She's got 2 kills in the set.
I want to say the meeting between coaches and players when something like this, set the middle, and you see that Avery Carlson finding Alea.
The Marietta native, graduate of Minnesota, after spending last season with Omaha. Alea at the service line. Slide for Moeller, right off the block of head. And a cycle now, first ball side outs are now flying.
Yeah, because of the passes there. You have member Mena sticking a dime right at the net, off of 1 foot for the putaways Moeller.
And this is fun. For those nerds out there, there are 2 kills for each of the 4 middles in this match, in this set.
Yeah.
And Corey Lewis has 2 aces. It has been a middle-dominated third set. As this serve goes long and it's 8-all, we take another look.
It's an accordion game in volleyball, so you work the middle to then work it long. It's bring it in, work it out, bring it in. So you see both teams now bringing it in on that accordion.
Remember, Mena finds the back line, beats Edmond, who thought it was going long, and it's 9-8.
Tuaninga was pushed back about 25 feet and delivered a fast wrist set all the way to the outside effortlessly for that huge seam in the block.
Slide by Lewis. Joust handled by Tuaninga. Back row attack. Jones! Indy's first block in a while comes from Martin and member Mena.
Member Mena did an excellent job staying in, recognizing the middle was not getting set. That created the setup. Martin got the close.
Blake Moeller serving. In system, Carlson cues up Lewis, who has a little, don't mind if I do, off the net tape. Corey Lewis with 6 points in this set.
Anything good at the net. You see Carlson trying to get middles involved. Corey Lewis, another kill, coming out with a strong third set.
10-9 Ignite. The MLV on Samsung TV Plus. Happy to be with you. Daniel Gilman, Keely Eveland, as the side outs continue. It's Lekator, member Mena from the left side.
Even if the pass is off, you see Mia Tuaninga putting up dime for member Mena, trusting she was going to arrive.
Tuaninga gives one right back on a service error, and it's 11-10.
Currently, you have Ignite in a 3-hitter pattern, so Hannah is back in the front row, causing some spread in the offense. A good time to get Martin back involved.
Ooh, member Mena lands on Carlson there. It was an attack error nevertheless, but that was the storyline that ended the second set. Carlson, who landed over the line, was judged that it did not get in the way of Blake Moeller, so Atlanta was able to retain that point and win the set. But it'll certainly be scrutinized this week. How about that swing down the line? Member Mena hits the inside of the line.
The ball was so fast, even Vibe players looking around. Was that in or out? Member Mena knows, pointing down like, nope, I know that kissed the line.
12-11. Member Mena again. Takes a little tempo off of her serve, handled by Rumpelberg. Over the block, Mia's there. DeBeer palms it straight down, and it's 13-11.
Elena Scott, a former setter out of high school, turned libero. Watch that set, keeping it low. That's basically running an offense as libero out to DeBeer.
And we talked to Coach Bertolacci yesterday. She said she wants more offensive Ignite. I hate saying Ignite when it's Indy. I hate to say it, but they wanted to ignite the offense from Elena Scott. She averages just half of an assist per set. Coach Bertolacci would get that closer to an assist per set if she could. Free ball comes to Indy. To Beer. Just in. She did not celebrate that swing. Let's take a look at our MLV replay system, and that ball is in. It's 14-11.
Nice high snap. Even De Beer, slightly off, can make that precision shot.
And Mena throws it high, lets it fly. It's a joust handled by Carlson. Taylor Smith continues to lead the way defensively, and it cues up Edmond as Smith's 6th dig leads to Leah's 9th kill as we take a look right on that line.
So smooth. Even on a miss set, you see Edmond just steadying her game, recognizing her shot.
Carlson down the line to De Beer. She wants it back. Instead, it's over to Hannah, who's blocked. Leah Edmond is feeling good now, and the Viber down 1.
Maybe the elbow to the head early on will Edmond up a little bit. No, she's been playing great. Down the line shot, taking that all day from Hannah.
The blocks continue. That is 9 for Atlanta, 3 for Edmond. As Martin whiffs on it wide, and this 3rd set is tied at 14.
Such the right idea. You saw Martin had a good look. Tuaninga's a setter that likes to go back to a mistake. Let's see if she can get Martin that ball again.
Couple points away from our media break, and it has been a fast and furious 3rd set. Siding out left and right. Atlanta gets the dig, but we are going to see Carlson called for the same thing that she did not get called for to end the 2nd, and that is crossing the midline.
The blocker's feet's right there, interfering with play.
Our R2, Christian Krushak, had his eyes on it, and I'm sure the Indy coaching staff was telling them about it. Unique touch there from Carlson. Sets up a free ball. De Beer off the touch. Rampelberg is there. Out to Edmond. What a dig by Lekator. De Beer through the block, and the Ignite keep their lead 16-14. Another touch off the tape. Doesn't matter whether it's in or out.
The relentless play, the Ignite are coming. You have De Beer working a hard shot, right, trying to go around the middle.
And that takes us to our media break. 16-14 here in the 3rd.
You go, Mia.
Making her return to the Peach State, Nia Tuaninga. Spent last season as a Vibe reserve setter. Feels like she's got something to prove here, doesn't it, Keely? Nia Tuaninga has been on fire.
You see that relentless type of fight inside. It's all about stopping this side-out game from Atlanta to keep a run going.
Edmond beats member Mena, and the first ball side out has Leah Edmond in double figures, kill total, and has Madeline Isringhausen coming in for Taylor Smith, adding a little bit of size up in that front row for the Tennessee Tech graduate, second-year Vibe player. In system, out to Hannah. They go right after Isringhausen off the bench, and it's a kill.
And notice where the set came from, right at the net. That was a beautiful pass by member Mena to keep that one-on-one. Nice job, Hannah, seeing the block.
It's been an offensive showcase thus far for these teams. 40 assists already for Tuaninga. We are just midway through set 3. Make that 41 as Emma Halter checks in to serve. Left side, Isringhausen's first swing is through the block for a kill. That is her 5th kill of the season.
That is hard to do. So you have Isringhausen on the bench this entire match, staying warm just in case her number is called, and it was. First attack, first kill.
17-16. These two sets have been incredibly tight. After Indy took the first 25-21. De Beer, covered by Tuaninga. That's a wild set by Smith. I'm not sure if Moeller or De Beer were supposed to hit it. It was Moeller, and she's blocked, and we're tied.
That was just a good heads-up play. Aiko Jones recognizing set, got the inside set up as 2 players for Indy trying to collide on it.
Looked like it was destined to the Louisville teammate of Scott, but Moeller got in the way, as now Awalea with a terrific tight serve. This time it's De Beer through the block. Clearly a touch, and we're going to have a challenge as the no-touch call gives Atlanta the lead for the time being. Let's take a look.
It helps to be a player on the court, to hear it. Not only see it, you hear it as a player.
So Indy, who lost their first challenge on that set-winning call on the net violation review, will challenge this touch call, and I think you could see the ball also change direction off of the swing from De Beer, as Anna De Beer, the second-year Louisville graduate, sitting on 11 kills with 7 digs. Member Mena, 10 digs to lead the team.
You're looking to see if the right hand of Corey Lewis, the middle blocker for Atlanta Vibe, got the touch. This is a hard look. Live, Daniel, both you and I heard it and saw it. But from this video angle, can you have enough to reverse it?
And if this is in favor of Atlanta, you will see a very frustrated Indy bench, feeling like they should have won that first challenge to keep set 2 going. And just like that, Indy loses the challenge. There's no block touch, and Atlanta takes an 18-17 lead on what seemed to be an easy call.
That was all about the look. From that video angle, Daniel, we couldn't see it either.
Awalea to serve. Heads up play by Tuaninga. Out to De Beer, off the block and the antenna, and we're even at 18, and Indy is thinking ball don't lie.
Coach Bertolacci says this is what we work on, the scramble play, sticking that out-of-system ball. Beautiful set from member Mena from middle back, and a great swing. Ooh, that was the previous look of the touch. I didn't see a touch on that swing.
De Beer, a strong serve at 18 all. Isringhausen recycled out to Jones. This is launched off the block, and Aiko has her team leading 13th kill.
Atlanta Vibe off that swing, going with the double sub. You have Aiko Jones showing up her game. Now let's see if Anna Dixon can rock it on the right side like we've seen Jones do throughout this match.
So you mentioned it, 2 subs come in. Shannon Shields will serve and set. Anna Dixon will swing on the right side. The Florida Gator graduate, 6'3", adds some size. They'll go right after it. Member Mena blocked by Lewis, run down by Scott. 3-ball opportunity to get to 20. Isringhausen stuffed. Handled though by Rumpelberg. And it is Dixon called off the bench.
One thing that Anna Dixon plays with is a fearless vibe right there, forcing Indy to take a timeout because Dixon comes to play off the bench.
And she forces an Indy timeout. I don't think the Ignite have seen adversity like this in a few weeks at least. They have been on quite a run.
You know, you like to see the training pay off. Kayla Banwer says we work on that setter middle connection to use it. You see that coming out in the third set and getting deep into their bench now with the double sub. So Atlanta Vibe locked in because they know they want to break in that top 4 seed to make it to the championship.
Atlanta sitting on 15 points at 5-5, sit 3 points away from Orlando. Indy in first place, sitting 8 points ahead of Dallas. Indy has only gone 5 sets one season, one match this season, and they won it. Atlanta hoping to do it in 4 sets here, come from behind fashion, but De Beer out of the back row gets the Ignite within 1, 2019.
Notice the wrist taking a back row contact out of that serve-receive pattern.
Indy took the first set. Atlanta stormed back to take the second. Here we are in a pivotal third, and Blake Moeller has her 4th ace of the season, and we are tied at 20.
Moeller saw like a 3-way street. You had 3 players. Is it yours? Is it mine? Dropping it right between them.
First to 5, win by 2. Takes a 2-1 lead. I don't have to tell you how important it is when tied at 1 set apiece to take the third. They will certainly target Moeller in that left back. Instead, it's Isringhausen, handled by De Beer. Overpass, picked up by Martin. Member Mena! Indy on a 3-0 run.
What a fantastic shot by Member Mena. Not trying to go around the block, but going high into the hands. Got the bounce and the tool long.
Timeout Atlanta. What did you see from an Indy team that serves so well? Why do you think that they are able to avoid the side outs?
I thought it started with Moeller on that service ace, dropping it between 3. Little miscommunication. And then the step up of your 2 outside hitters. De Beer out of the back row with the last kill. And then you follow it up with Member Mena with a strong off the hands that we just saw. So overall, you have leadership stepping up. Atlanta Vibe, I think you got to get Anna Dixon back involved because that's your fireball on the court.
For the first time tonight, Avery Carlson was subbed out. Shannon Shields, the Arizona State graduate who spent the last 2 years abroad at Switzerland and Portugal, has been setting here in this rotation. This is Shields to Dixon in that double sub. Popped over, it stays in. What a dig by Moeller. Isringhausen, oh, Blake Moeller! An opportunity again for Shields. She'll cue up Lewis. Tuaninga was there. To the back row. Who else but Edmond finds the inside corner, and it's 21-all.
Pretty impressive. Leah Edmond had to shift her approach, go a little more to her right, and then comes back cross body with the deep court back row attack.
How fun is this? These two teams dueling, it feels like postseason level. Remember, you can vote for your All-Stars now. The voting started yesterday at provolleyball.com/vote. Tied at 21. Great serve by Taylor Smith, who just checked in. Lydia Martin thought she had a kill. It stays up. They'll go out to Member Mena. Great block touch. Anna Dixon's intro into this match has been pivotal. She has 2 kills and a key block touch. Atlanta has the lead.
Shannon Shields knows what she has. The fireball, relentless type of fighting spirit with Anna Dixon coming up with her 2nd kill.
Dixon, who has started for half the season, already has 3 matches with 10 or more kills. We'll see how long Coach Banworth wants to ride her in the front row. 22-21. Add a system to Member Mena. Was there a block touch? Yes, there was. Member Mena points, gets the call, and we're tied at 22.
And no argument from Corey Lewis, number 22 middle blocker for Atlanta Vibe, nodded at her teammates and says, yes, I got the touch.
Cameron Hanna back into the front right with Member Mena and Martin. Mia Tuaninga's massive serve to come here at 22 all. Great pickup by Rampelberg. Smith is there. Lewis beats Tuaninga. It is Corey Lewis's set, isn't it?
I love it, this. You know, you look across the board. You got Lee Edmond, the kill leader. You have Dixon's been hot. And then Shannon Shields says, I'm going to go ahead and set Lewis in the middle.
23-22. Atlanta 2 points away from a 2-1 lead. We'll see where the Ignite go. They have De Beer out of the back row. It's De Beer on serve receive. Member Mena from the left side. Covered by Scott. And it falls! Awalea! Her biggest block of the season. And set points are coming after this timeout.
You get in for the cover, and some teammates got to go. Atlanta Vibe's just going to ride on it as Mia Tuaninga sits back. The two teammates close. You just have to yell, go.
Vibe fans on their feet. As a setter, you watch that. Is that the setter's ball to take authority or the authority to yell that someone else should take it?
In a scramble ball at a high level. So high level, you're talking college, you're talking pros. It's the person closest to the ball in a messy situation that steps in and says mine. If it's a second ball contact and you hear mine from the setter, of course, it's the setter ball. But two mines make a play.
Let's take one more look. Walk me through the job of a setter here to try to coordinate. Look at Tuaninga as it falls between Martin and Hanna.
You communicate go, and the middle blocker in the scramble knows that she's got to make an effort on a play. As a setter, you just yell go. If you know your teammate's name, you're following up with that.
Pia Timmer is in to serve. Set points for the hosts to take a 2-1 lead, and it's tough to come out cold. As Corey Lewis was due to serve, Timmer the specialist, and now Atlanta can side out and win the set. The same scenario as set 2. There was controversy in that. Carlson may have stepped over the line. Upon review, the call stood. Member Mena at the service line. Fans on their feet. Off speed. Shields. Edmond picked up though by Martin. Out to De Beer. Where does Tuaninga go? It's back to De Beer. Martin. No, it's De Beer again. Oh my goodness, Smith hits an out ball, and the set keeps going. Madness.
You have Anna De Beer, that locked-in face we've seen throughout her college career. Now as a pro, she knows she wants to be the go-to. A touch off the block, so Taylor Smith had to play it with her right hand.
Win by 2. Extra points. Dixon destroys it.
As a setter, you see Shields going, I should have gone there on that last attempt. Yeah. This is your go-to double sub. Anna Dixon comes in hot.
And that makes the change as Avery Carlson and Aiko Jones come back in. What a run for Shields and Dixon. 3 kills for the 6'3" Dixon.
And you look across the net. This is Atlanta's Vibe's best blocking setup. You just need to create a good serve.
Jones, Edmond, and Awalea. Tuaninga to the middle. Martin keeps the set churning at 25 all. And Blake Moeller comes back in. She has been all over the place.
To avoid big blockers, Tuaninga knows I got to go up the gut with the middle. That's my best chance for one-on-one.
Lydia Martin serves. Tight to the net. That is going to be a back row violation as Carlson goes up and over the net as a back row setter, and Indy now has set point, and we will have a challenge from Atlanta to see if she went, in fact, over that plane. Talk about dramatics. An important challenge on Carlson goes Atlanta's way to win set 2. Now another one on Carlson may benefit Atlanta again if this gets overturned as we await our first replay.
Carlson, after she made the one-handed save, she knew right away that ball was going over on the other side. The block had a free rein to take the attack. This one, when you use your challenge card, you get one a set. If you win it, you keep it. I'm thinking this ball was clearing, so the block with Moeller had the right to go ahead and take a block touch on it or swing. What you could be looking at right now, did Moeller actually touch it? Because if the block did not touch it, and setter Carlson was able to play it back to Atlanta Vibe, then there's no call. On the spin of that one-handed save, if Carlson played the ball without a block touch, it's still Vibe's ball.
Call has been confirmed. And Indy will serve on set point. And you see it was touched by Moeller. As Lydia Martin ran up to serve, had to get called back. We'll do it again. Fans still on their feet. There were 2 set points for Atlanta earlier in this third, and it's an ace! Indy survives 2 set points and wins the third 27-25. The top serving team in the MLV puts an exclamation point, beating Taylor Smith and taking us to break. Into the 4th set we go. Stick with us.
Caleb Anworth's team silencing the skeptics.
We have had a phenomenal team as we look to bring home a championship in season 3.
We're continuing to get better, and I'm really excited because we haven't played our best volleyball yet.
Every match is a new opportunity. For us, this is everything. The hours no one sees, the pressure, the belief it takes to keep going. Every serve carries expectation. Every rally demands heart. Every win brings us one step closer to becoming champions. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars compete for greatness. This is our game, our league. Keep watching.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the Vibe and get tickets now.
You are looking at Lauren Bertolacci, the current Swiss national team coach, doing that in her offseason. Well, we were happy to have you in MLV. Bertolacci pulling her team back, getting them together, pulling off that win, going extra points to pull off that win in that last set against Atlanta Vibe, taking a 2-1 lead. Nicely done, coach, with your offense.
So Atlanta with 10 blocks, Indy with just 5. What have the Ignite done to offset that disparity?
I think the passing was much better, so it's easy to get the block set up when your offense is working, because that caused a little more chaos on the other side. Even if the kill doesn't go down right away, you're on the offensive aggressive, almost like in tennis. When you get that offensive run going, you direct that defense to get an easier ball back. Overall, Ignite just finished that strong. I don't think Atlanta Vibe's playing poorly as much as just at the right time, Ignite lit it up.
Meanwhile, Blake Moeller had an unbelievable stretch of points late in that third set, had a few big digs as well as a ace and a service run to remember as she will kick off this fourth set. Indy has been a team of destiny here in 2026, sitting at 9-2, survived a few set points and lead 2-1 as Taylor Smith made the reception error to lose the set. She starts the fourth with a kill.
And that's that goldfish mentality you need as a pro. You just shake it off, next ball. Taylor Smith coming through with a huge first point kill.
Just her second kill after Smith had a career-high 13 here against Columbus on Thursday. Tough pass by DeBeer. She'll take the swing from the back row. Chance for the Vibe in system. Remember Mena, picked up by Jones. Over to Edmond. Is that up? Yes, it is from Leck. And then Hannah ends the rally. What a pancake dig by Lekator.
Laying out the relentless effort. You know the defense is there. Good touch by Tuaninga and a redirect athletic move to get that layout.
If you have not been to one of these MLV matches, I highly recommend it. The best level of volleyball you will see in America. You'll see Cameron Hanna try to set as well, although into the net on the offensive swing there. Watching players set when they are not setters really lets you appreciate the setter position, doesn't it?
And I love it, though. Stepping in, making an out-of-system play at the highest level, you're going to get to it a little closer than not.
Meanwhile, Lekator has her own fan section in the first row, and they're wondering what happened on that play. Well, there was a net violation. So the point goes to Atlanta. It's 2-1. Now member Mena on a triple block, and that's what Atlanta did well in set two.
When the pass is out of system, which means Tuaninga is about 13 feet off, you see the release of Leah Edmond to help with that triple block as Awalea took the majority of it.
Back row to DeBeer, handled by Lewis. Smith off 1 foot. Edmond. An obliterating swing for her 12th kill.
Edmond got the kill, and Corey Lewis with the dig. A skip step by Avery Carlson, dropping it right in front of libero.
Woo, good scramble drill there. Defensively, Lewis with the dig. Member Mena. (4-1) Atlanta, looking to force a fifth. Oh, Edmond into the net. And a rare rally finishing with an error. We've seen so many of these rallies ending with an emphatic kill, and the fans have gone crazy.
I love it, though. The pass is basically coming out of system, bump set off the net, and Edmond trying to take a strong swing.
Indy trailed for nearly the entire third set, survived a few set points, pulled away in extra points. Oh, an awkward swing by Martin sends her into the net, and Indy have had a few attack errors on net calls.
This is a got-to-go moment. You have Carlson now going back to serve with a lucky, quick side out. Martin never really hits the net on an overpass. Back in a three-hitter situation with Iko Jones in the front row, Carlson knows that this is the pattern. You have to push points.
Lydia Martin, 8 kills, 5 digs, 2 blocks, 2 aces, stat-stuffing performance. As Tuaninga saves this only for a moment. Hannah into the net gives Atlanta a 6-2 lead. Wouldn't the Vibe love to just have a stress-free set here?
I don't know if you can get a stress-free set with Ignite coming at you. Even a one-handed set, Tuaninga almost made it.
Avery Carlson got to rest for most of the finish of that third. The double sub as De Beer tips it off the antenna. And Atlanta has a 7-2 lead.
I was a fan in basketball, how you could just push the lead. But in volleyball, you can't borrow points. You couldn't borrow points from this set and put it in the last set. Everything's a fresh start, and Atlanta Vibes coming so strong, knowing that it's win or go home in this fourth set.
And there is no letting the clock run. Back set, Hannah. I'm wondering if Indy wants a little bit more of the first set Cameron Hannah that we saw.
I think you're about to see a lot more of it. As Awalea tries to go outside, you see setter getting the right side, Hannah back involved.
Good pick up by Smith, right side to Jones. Off the shoulder of Tuaninga, and it tails out. Iko Jones keeping that lead over Edmond. 14 kills for Jones, 12 for Edmond. They will certainly take that.
It's pretty fun to see the strategy shift and be equal for both teams. Get the middles involved eventually. Now it's right sides get them back involved on each side of the court.
Smith abolishes that ball off of Moeller's block.
If you're Coach Banworth, this is the competitive spirit you wanted to see come out, and now it's coming for Atlanta Vibe. Throughout the season, it was hard to get to. Now this lineup settling, the fighting spirit is back.
To the middle, Moeller off a foot. Rumpelberg is there. It's been a quiet night for both bros. These teams, tangling feet, kicked up by Carlson. That'll be 4 touches on Atlanta. I think both these teams are wisely avoiding the liberos, aren't they?
100%. And so at this level, you have the ball control as an attacker to avoid certain players defensively. So the reason that both of these liberos are quiet is attackers are trying to avoid the strong diggers.
Indy, added last season, reached the championship match for $1 million in Vegas. Lost in 4 to Orlando. Taylor Smith down the line. She's starting to heat up, and it's 10-4.
That's how Taylor Smith went off in the last match with 13 kills. That low set off by Carlson did not even clear the height of the antenna for the put away.
Meanwhile, we have 3 new teams confirmed for 2027 with Minnesota, Northern California, and Washington, D.C. Exciting time to be a volleyball fan in America. De Beer, last one wide. Indy is out of sorts. Atlanta is clicking here in set 4. It's 11-4 and a timeout on the floor. The Ignite need a breather. We will stay here as Anna De Beer looks to reset. Vibe fans hoping for more of the same. And Keely, if you're an Atlanta player, how can you avoid thinking, man, we should have won that third set?
Just like we saw Taylor Smith take that first swing. After you miss the last ball, you bounce right back. That's the goldfish mentality that we heard both coaches talk about, that shake it off, next ball focus. Atlanta Vibes coming in strong and staying together. You see a lot more team talk and unity between their team. Love how locked in they are.
Atlanta has exploded in this set. In fact, they have flipped the script. They are now hitting better than Indy after the Ignite. We're at 250 through 3 sets. Indy now at 222, while Atlanta was at 220 after 3 sets. They're now at 250. It has been a clean fourth for the hosts as Awalea has filled in admirably for the injured Raven Colvin. Hannah as well for Ajani Teeler, who is unavailable. And now out of system, De Beer takes her frustrations through the block.
And the same face walk off. If De Beer pounds a ball or she makes a mistake, you get the same look throughout her career. Going with the triple, delayed a little bit, caught Aiko Jones falling, and then took the swing as De Beer.
Anna De Beer now serving. Second-year pro. Still trying to near 100% after that awful injury in the national semifinal, as Atlanta gets the side out, and we see the double sub, and Shields and Dixon come in up 12-5 for Carlson and Jones.
You see Coach Banworth going earlier to the double sub, trying to push the lead, getting Dixon back in front of Lekator member Mena as a stronger blocking presence.
Meanwhile, Dixon really unable to use most of her left hand. She has her left wrist and pinky wrapped up, and yet 3 kills on 4 swings in that set. As they go right after Dixon, it's member Mena who has her 12th kill.
That's a competitor. When they put in a stronger blocker in front of member Mena, she goes, give me the ball, keep it low, finds a seam for the put away.
Blake Moeller to serve. Indy looking for another big comeback, down 12-6. They lead 2-1. Great eye by Rumpelberg as this one tails out. It's a first ball side out. We take a look at our MLV close call.
That's just good court awareness. Rumpelberg followed that ball all the way to the line and stopped her body on the inside of the court.
Taylor Smith, formerly Taylor Head, in her second season in the league, both with Atlanta as she serves long. Smith has earned the start over Pia Timmer here in the last 2 matches, as Tuaninga now will serve at 13-7. Lewis, not sure she was even expecting that pass from Shields, and still the termination.
Going up, Potezad trying to get in the middle, got a little net violation on the come through on the block. Atlanta vibes looking like they're on the offensive side on all parts of their game.
That's a good call. Indy snuck in a middle sub as Alexandra Botezat, 8-year vet out of Italy, sitting in the middle. They'll deke to her, feed to member Mena. Now Edmonds into the net. Leah Edmond could not hold up her gravity, and it's 15-8 now.
So if the attacker falls before the net violation, you can consider it as the ball was down. Leah Edmond was like, I was on the ground, wasn't I, on that net?
Check that, 14-8, point taken away from Atlanta. Meanwhile, both these teams playing with injuries. Indy does not have Kara Cressy, the All-American rookie middle out of Louisville. That's why Botezat, 4th string, is in there. Pick up by Tuaninga, 14-8 Atlanta. Oh, it falls with miscommunication. Same thing we saw happen to Indy late in the 3rd.
That's when you get boxed out by your teammate as you're trying to make a move, but guess who's gonna take full advantage? Member Mena, again on this service line.
Service error, 15-9.
In the MLV, once you sub out, once you go back in the match, you have to stay. So we will no longer see that double sub used for Atlanta Vibe.
Carlson, diving pass made by Scott. She's trying to take authority. Meanwhile, Rumpelberg with a one-handed dig. Hannah through the block, gets the touch, and it's 15-10.
That's a major hang time. So Hannah was working the high hands of Leah Edmond, and that ball was like on its way up and still caught hands.
Atlanta Vibe, 3-2 at home. Indy 4-1 on the road. And the Ignite have only gone 5 sets one time this season, and they are 1-0. How about this? An ace for Botezat! Her first ace in the MLV.
A smile to go along with it. Again, hard to do off the bench. These are pros you're looking at, dropping it through the seam of the servicey passers.
15-11. Still some wiggle room here for the Vibe. Great dig, though, by member Mena. Another solid platform created by Smith. Great hustle by Lekator. Botezat pops it over on 3. Right side, Jones to member Mena. She's getting near 20 digs. And a great cover by Tuaninga. Great cover by Moeller. I wish that was a stat. Edmonds. Oh, what a rally. This could be a momentum swing, and it is for the Ignite. Member Mena with 3 digs, and then the point-winning swing on that one.
Covering ground defensively, putting her team on the back. Member Mena, another put-away kill from the back row.
These rallies have been epic. We still have quite a length to go. Indy looking for a comeback if they want to finish this in 4. If not, we're going 5 and a race to 15. Botezat riding a 3-0 run. Smith out of the back row, popped over by Moeller. Jones misses. The fist is in the air for Coach Bertolacci, the rookie head coach, hoping for a massive road win, and it's 15-13.
Daniel, this run is coming on the serve of a middle blocker, Botezat.
And a middle blocker who was sitting for the last 2 hours. How's that for a save by Carlson? Awalea has the termination. Atlanta leads by 3. We are going to take a break at 16-13 here in set 4, as we may have a challenge. Could be another back row violation. Look on Carlson. We're going to stick with you here until it is confirmed whether or not Indy will challenge. The Ignite lost their first 2 challenges, but you have 1 per set.
The question is if Avery Carlson went up
and
touched
challenge
the ball with the block at the same time, knowing that she's a back row setter, so Ignite using their challenge.
Leah Edmonds so funny. She walks over to the up judge, Bree Spain. She goes, I have a question, but I can wait. Bree Spain has had more camera time tonight than she has had all season, I imagine. Another monumental call that would swing things from 3-point lead to a 1-point lead for the Vibe. Atlanta, who has had the benefit of each challenge tonight, has gone their way.
So Moeller, the middle blocker, and Avery Carlson, a back row setter, because as a back row setter, you cannot touch the ball and send it over the net with your hand physically going over the net. But as a back row setter, if you play the ball back on your side and it does not clear the net, you have free reign to hit it.
Indy started the night on fire. They took the first set 25-21. Atlanta led for the entire second set until it got really late. Tied it at 22 and 18. Then a controversial set point won by Atlanta, confirmed via challenge that Avery Carlson did not step over the line, even though it looked like she did, but she did not interfere in a dangerous way. So that call stood. Indy was frustrated. Then we go to the third set where Atlanta came out hot. Indy came back to tie it at 20-all, 22-all again. Atlanta goes on a 2-0 run to take a 24-22 lead. 2 set points saved by the Ignite. A 3rd set point saved by the Ignite. Blake looks over to me and says, I touched it.
She did touch it as
She
a blocker.
did, which is what you're supposed to do.
But the question is, was the ball clearing the plane of the net? So if you take that white part of the net and go all the way up, do you see any sliver of the ball crossing? Then the block can touch it. But if no part of the ball crossed, it's a free reign for the back row setter to take with her and send it back to a teammate. I'm seeing a block touch before the ball crossed the net. What about you?
I'll let Bree Spain talk for me. So because the same thing as last set, right? Because Blake Moeller touched it, and because Avery Carlson was in the back row, it is a back row violation for the setter and the rookie, who has had a few calls go against her and a few go her way. So it's 15-14. Botezat is on a 4-0 run. See how this serve comes after a lengthy delay. And now we'll take a media timeout. 16-14 is the score here in set 4, as we will step away. You're watching the MLV on Samsung TV Plus. Back in Atlanta, and the spotlight has been on the setters. Mia Tuaninga with 50 assists, 13 digs. Avery Carlson, number 2 there in orange with 38 assists, 6 digs, and quite a bit of controversy on a few of these calls as Atlanta holds on to a tight lead. Back row attack, Edmond into the net, and it's a 1-point set.
A long delay going to the advantage. You had Mia Tuaninga taking that last set with one hand. Cameron Hanna back on the service line. That's a 2-hitter front row situation with setter Tuaninga on the right side. Wow.
Missile from Hanna, and she'll gather. Slide for Moeller, blocked, but Scott is there. DeBeer will swing until her arm falls off. That was cut number 45 for Anna DeBeer in her 16th kill.
I would say the vertical is back off an ankle injury we saw in the national championship semifinals.
And that's what Coach Bertolacci told us. Anna DeBeer finally able to reach her pure vertical as Moeller is jumping out of the gym. She's 3rd in the league in blocks per set and has Indy somehow on top.
You see the momentum shifting. Good block close with a setup. Energy is back for the Ignite.
This was a 15-9 set in favor of Atlanta, and we are now tied at 17 as Awalea has 4 kills.
Remember the huge lead in the last set for Atlanta Vibe was getting the middles involved in the offense. Awalea got that last kill. Watch Corey Lewis get some attempts as well.
Awalea to serve. Lewis into the front row with Smith and Jones. Slide for Moeller, straight down. And it is a termination fest on first ball side outs.
I actually came to watch the slide attack of Moeller off of 1 foot. So lethal with that high snap power.
18-17 Indy. Blake Moeller has earned her playing time with 8 kills and 6 digs. And we are tied again for the 3rd straight set. We're tied late in the set. This has been all you could ask for as a volleyball fan.
And for Atlanta Vibe, there's no longer a double sub, so Avery Carlson will ride out the front row for these next 3 rotations.
5'11" up there in right front. At a system, they'll go right after her. 5'8" Lecator. Member Mena has the termination. That is her 14th kill to go with 14 digs. What a night.
Member Mena knew her shot was line, took nothing but 3 blockers to say, I'll stick with my line shot for the kill.
Can Atlanta battle back after leading by 6 a few moments ago? Short serve, slide for Lewis. What an angle.
Daniel, without hesitation, the last kill Awalea got before she went out. Now we're seeing Corey Lewis back in the offense. Strategy is shifting. Good pass, find the middle.
1st to 6. Atlanta trying to force a 5th. Indy looking for their 4th straight win. Member Mena's dug by Smith. That's what she's there for, her 10th. Back row, De Beer over the block and out, and it's 2019.
With that swing, De Beer was looking for hands, a flatter shot trying to catch Corey Lewis, and Lewis held strong, avoiding the touch.
Smith. At a system. De Beer has to send a free ball. Where do you go if you're Carlson? It's Edmonds. She misses. Back-to-back attack errors, and we're tied at 20.
A big swing right there, one-on-one opportunity. Now you have Hannah back in the front row for the Ignite. Pretty fun, Daniel, I'd say.
I'm loving this. Elena Scott, who made her debut as a libero last season against Atlanta, who was traded from Atlanta for that #1 overall pick 2 years ago. The draft pick that ended up taking Scott. Tipped by Member Mena. Tight to the net. They'll go out to Lecator. She's blocked. It looked to be a lift. No call. The point continues. Carlson out to Edmond. De Beer. Carlson's got to go to Leah. It's the former MVP who cannot tip it over the net, and Indy is 4 points away from the road win.
I honestly think Edmond was expecting Corey Lewis to get the attempt in that transition ball. The Ignite happy to sneak out with that point.
That is the 9th error for Leah Edmond. She's hitting a touch over 0. To Aninga, facing her former team. Back to Edmonds, finding that back corner to beat Scott, and we're tied at 21.
Where's the cape? Leah Edmond knew that she needed a kill. Her teammates knew the ball was going outside, and still coming up with a kill she does with the whole block and defense committing on her.
Pia Timmer, Washington State product, 4th in aces last season with 24. She serves an easy float. Left-handed, forcing Lecator off of the antenna. Atlanta can try to coast their way to a 5th set. They lead by 1.
Looking across the block, you have Carlson on the right side, Leah Edmond, a strong block on the left. You're going to try to do Member Mena again against Carlson and just go ahead and risk it if you get a pass. Your only other option is if De Beer doesn't pass as user in the back row.
Stronger serve from Timmer. Out to Hannah. She had an 8-kill first set and a stare down on Edmond as we're tied at 22.
Hannah's like, I know I don't have cross court on you, Edmond, but I'm getting kills down the line. Using the left hand outside arm of Edmond for the tool off the block.
Season high, 19 kills for Cameron Hanna. Great pass by Edmond. She earns the swing and gets Indy 2 points away.
That was a pass to attack. You see the pressure Indy's trying to put on Leah Edmond, and pressure, she is responding, kissing that back of the line. Edmond wearing the cape today off the hands.
Got the touch and the call from the MLV replay system as Carlson serves. Overpass. Jones. Oh no, it's long and we're tied at 23. And the smirkiest of smirks from Coach Bertolacci.
And guess who's back on the service line? Botezat.
Alexandra.
Created the run last time.
Went on a 5-0 service run. She's in for Lydia Martin. 2-point set. Indy gets a swing here. It's Hanna. She's got a career high with 20 kills, and the Ignite have match point. Timeout, Atlanta. And we're gonna have Keeley put on her coach hat. First, walk me through this swing.
It's the line attack where Hanna is getting kills. Edmond setting up, giving the cross-court block look to let Rumpelberg down the line take the defensive shot, but Hanna's taking advantage off the blocker's arms with Edmond down the line. I think you have Indy coming strong. Setter to Aninga, going in with that offense, running the show. You see multiple players get involved, but that go-to player end of the match has been Hanna.
Mia Tuaninga with 54 assists, 14 digs. Still yet to pick up a kill. But she's in the back row here as Botezat serves on match point. This has been the point-scoring rotation for Indy. We'll see where Atlanta goes. In system from Edmond. They'll go back out to the former MVP. She is blocked. Moeller wins it for Indy. And the Ignite pick up their 10th win, the first MLV team to 10 wins this year.
A full team effort. You had Moeller jumping back on that close of the block, knowing Edmond was going to get the attempt. High five all around. Mia Tuaninga leading her team to that 4-set win. And Atlanta playing their best volleyball of the season should be very happy about where they're at and continue to grow.
So the Atlanta Vibe fall to 5-6. Stick with us for our post-match show. We'll sit with our player of the match next.
What's our vibe? It's explosive. It's powerful. It's fun. Every serve hits hard. Every block hits harder. This is Atlanta's pro volleyball team. All ATL. All vibe. The energy is unmatched. Come see what the hype is about. Catch the vibe and get tickets now at atlantavibe.com.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Back row attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Tuaninga.
Sophia Mountain Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow. PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
Welcome back to Gas South Arena. Daniel Gilman, Keely Evelyn, and our player of the match, Mia Tuaninga. Mia, congratulations. You come back to Atlanta. Were there some extra emotions playing against your former team?
Extra emotions as far as gratitude, for sure. I mean, this is where kind of my pro journey started, and so I have so much gratitude for the city, for the organization, and for the many friends that I made while I was here, so yes.
Well, we talked to your head coach, and she told us when she took the job in June, her first call was to the heads of Indy saying, I have one demand. I want to bring the setter with me. What was the conversation like when you first heard from Coach Bertolacci?
I mean, well, actually, I was supposed to go with her to a team overseas, and then that kind of fell apart. So I kind of met her a while ago, and the conversation since then has been nothing but love and gratitude, and just like I appreciate her for just trusting me in general. I mean, that's a big thing. For trust from a head coach, that's a big thing.
Your team is #1 in kills, assists, points. What is it like to lead that team now as a starter, as a go-to player, taking all the risks you want?
I mean, it's really a team effort. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it without Scotty running around and our hitters, Lek, Cam, all 15. That's what a coach says every day is 15 strong, and I believe in that wholeheartedly. It's not just me. It's team of the match, honestly.
You talk about next man up. I mean, you lose a Johnny. Cameron comes in, 8 kills in that first set. When a player gets into a groove, what is it like for you to try to feed the hot hands?
I mean, it's nice. It's perfect. I mean, for her to come in and she's been popping off, and just a lot of trust in there too. I mean, we all play together in every practice. So there's no like, oh, this 6 over here, that 6 over there. It's all of us together, so it's good.
Well, we're loving watching the team unity. Overall, where do you feel like your team's at this point in the season?
I mean, I think even though we halfway a little bit, I mean, I think we're just getting started, like, seriously. I mean, I think every day we just get 1% better, and every day, whether it's our A game, our B game, our C game, I mean, we're going hard and we're going after it. So, yeah.
A successful road trip, a sweep win at Dallas, a win here in Atlanta, 4 straight wins. Congratulations, Mia. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to keep on rolling along here, take another break, and come back to wrap up this broadcast here from Atlanta as you're watching the MLV on Samsung TV Plus.
Yeah, let's go. Dang, I was like yelling. Great job.
Good job.
If you love the speed, the power, the pure electricity of NCAA volleyball, experience it at the next level with the Atlanta Vibe. Watch world-class athletes firing rockets from the service line, diving for impossible saves, and battling point for point in the most exciting volleyball atmosphere anywhere. Catch the vibe and get tickets now. It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
From your favorite athletes to your favorite music, listen to everything you love and so much more with the free iHeartRadio app. From live play-by-play to your favorite game day anthems and the biggest sports podcasts in the world, the iHeartRadio app lets you take it all with you and stay connected to your favorite team wherever you go. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Wrapping things up here in our MLV post-match show, Daniel Gilman, Keely Evelyn. Keely, a double-double, the second of the season for Anna DeBeer. How about 8 kills for Blake Moeller to go with that massive match-winning block? We'll talk about Atlanta here in a bit, but how about that career number? You hit 20 kills if you're Cameron Hanna, 432. What a night it was for her.
Digging deep into your bench. And when you think about Ajani Teeler's out, the kill leader for the team, and then you have Cameron Hanna just waiting her time and putting up numbers like that. Indy's looking like that top-ranked team, but the vibe are this close as we saw tonight.
Indy heads to Columbus on Friday, and then a CBS network broadcast Sunday at 2 o'clock against Omaha. Now let's talk Atlanta as we wrap things up. It was a two-headed monster per usual. Aiko Jones had 15 kills, 14 from Leah Edmond with 5 digs. Atlanta will now head to Omaha Thursday on Roku before coming back here for a big one Sunday against Dallas. How do you try to add a third option of attack from the outside?
I think you are seeing Avery Carlson get the middles back involved in the offense and getting that connection going. She's only become the starter setter only about 3 weeks ago. Getting that role, that connection takes time. Time we've seen improve, of course, the improvements there, but overall to get into that top 4 seed, to make it to the championship match and win, you're going to need at least 4 strong attackers coming at against any MLV defense.
Well, Atlanta certainly can look back and feel like they were just on the outside. They had set points in set 3. They were right there in set 4. We are going to wrap up this broadcast, and we thank you so much for joining us for our entire crew. Keely Evelyn, I'm Daniel Gilman, saying so long from Atlanta. This has been a presentation of MLV on YouTube and Samsung TV Plus.
Club.